Few people know why they hate Comic Sans, but there are some very clear reasons. Some history: the font was an accident. It was originally designed to show up in these talk bubbles that were going to be in an old version of Windows. They got changed out for another font. Comic Sans got shipped all over the world as personal computer adoption was exploding. People don't realize what a huge event this was, that I can today mention a font without saying the word and you know what I'm talking about, that you know what a font is new. You had no reason to use a font, so nobody knew what they were except graphic designers, and fonts suddenly being in the hands of regular people freaked them the fuck out. We now know you don't use Comic Sans unironically, but when the whole world at the same time had their first experience with clicking a drop-down menu and seeing a bunch of options, they naturally gravitated towards, oh, I don't want something boring, like, oh, this is cute, let's pick this. Which was too bad, because Comic Sans is legitimately a bad font. Like, good fonts like Garamond are consistent from one letter to the next. Comic Sans doesn't even try. Even Papyrus, the second most hated font, does a pretty good job of this. The kerning on Comic Sans is bad. And even if you tried to fix it, it would still be off. Okay, so it's supposed to look like handwriting, but it doesn't really do a good job of that either. Because it's an electronic font, every weird deviation in a letter is just repeated for every instance of every letter. That's not what it would look like if you actually hand wrote something. Today there are technologies that can fix this, but there's not an updated Comic Sans. Comic Sans also never really meant to be looked at in this way. Screens at the time had very few pixels. Fonts looked blocky. That's what Comic Sans was originally designed for. In that context, it's actually better than Garamond. But then it was getting printed out, and now it lives on today where screens are just as crisp as paper and there's display signs, and it just wasn't designed for that.